Well, I don't know. Circumstances. I had already, while I was still teaching, I had already got involved in politics, and the time came when my headmaster offered me a choice, either to teach or to go into politics, and I decided to go into politics. I think there is a little disadvantage, but I'm not going to try and go into prison. I think there are many circumstances. We lack the difficulties that other countries have. We don't have a very serious racial problem here. We don't have a very serious tribal problem. Our tribes are smaller tribes. They're not the big tribes where you have the problems of, say, Buganda or Ashanti. Our tribes are smaller and therefore easier to integrate. And we have found it much easier here to build a nationalist movement covering all the tribes.
What further changes would you like to see in Tanganyika after responsible government?
Well, after responsible government, we feel if it is going to be really responsible government, what we want to do is to work, to build an economic basis before we take over finally as an independent country.
And he's doing good work for his people in Tanzania. He and his government realized that we are not up against only the three enemies left to us by President Nyerere. That is poverty,
literacy,
illiteracy, and disease. But now we have a fourth enemy, and that is hunger. We must do something about hunger. And the best thing to do is to produce our own food. And so now, agriculture is number one priority, along with the three others. And because of that, we are doing what we can. We are seeking assistance from outside, and we are trying to encourage our own people inside the country.
We want an Africa, as you said, where there is equality of gender, equality of opportunity, promise of a good, healthy life, promise of an educated society, promise of a leadership that thinks more about service than being served. We want all of that, borders to be removed and so on. Why don't we have it? My answer is very clear. Because you have a selfish leadership. Extremely selfish. We often think of the problem of leadership as being the problem of the leaders alone. Fine. They must be defined, have integrity, have all those we want. But to succeed, they must be able to implant those attributes in the population. Their political parties must be organized in such a way that they reflect those values and embody those aspirations in their political interaction. If they don't, you have trouble. We are multi-ethnic societies. What basic values have we embodied in these societies? Equality? Or is it diversity? How do you convert diversity into strength rather than diversity as a cause for war and internecine fighting?
What I can really say is, first, is my deepest appreciation. Appreciation to President Barack Obama for conceiving the idea of hosting this summit. We have been exposed, or we have had an opportunity to meet the major players in the U.S. economy. These are companies that have not been easy for African heads of state and government to get access to. And this is really the game changer. Because what is it that we are looking for from Africa? We are looking at promoting investments, promoting trade, we are looking for technology, we are looking for skills transfers, and this summit has made it possible to create the ambience for the realization of this dream.
So you just choose. You continue with the human rights or you continue with the corruption.
Yes.
I should ask him, are you corrupted? Do you love corruption?
I do not.
So if you don't love corruption, then you are supposed to support the government to whom they are fighting corruptions. And if at all you are there to fight the disease, you must fight it seriously. If you go it slowly, you can't fight that disease. So the best way is to make sure that we destroy all this, the disease which actually is causing a lot of problems. And I'm sure even development partners used to tell us that we are supposed to fight corruptions. I don't know which country you are coming, but I'm sure if you are from UK, from USA, from anywhere, from European Union, they all talk. They are all against with these corruption practices. And in Tanzania, we have this special court. This is special court, actually the court which actually deals with the corrupted people. That's why we call them mafisadi, wala rushwa. But even those people who are being punished by according to the law, they have the chance, they can even go to court so that to get what they are supposed to get.